my name's Mandy and this is my channel Make It Sew. So today is my sewing chats, makes and plans video. As promised, it's going to be out on Tuesday, although I'm actually filming this Tuesday afternoon as I've been busy sewing this morning. So it is literally going to be as hot as we all are today, as we've got a heat wave in the UK, in case you didn't know. So I do feel like I'm shining a bit, and I hope I'm not, but it's just been really warm today. So what have I been up to? Well, a lot of you have been watching my Festival of Quilts video, so thanks for that. And I talked about what fabrics I'd bought and what I had been making while I was away, but I didn't actually show you the makes or talk about them in great detail. In fact, I don't think I even mentioned the actual patterns. I just said a shirt, for example. So I went to the Festival of Quilts, and I've also attended my charity sewing group again, and a few virtual sewing room sessions. In fact, one was actually yesterday morning. I was going to say last night, where am I going with this? So yes, I attended yesterday morning, which is a slightly longer session. So we attend from 9:30 till 12. So that gave me plenty of time to carry on sewing one of my makes, which I finished yesterday. So what have I made? Well, a few things for my husband and one thing for me, which is still steaming because I'm wearing it at the moment. I finished it about half an hour ago, which is why I'm late filming this today. But the first thing I made was the McCalls M6972, and I'll pop a stock picture up to show you that one, as it seems to have disappeared in my room already. But I liked this pattern once I'd finished it, that's all I'm going to say. It's actually aimed at beginners on Learn to Sew, but I'm afraid I did get caught on the steps where you were putting the facing inside the shirt, because I've never constructed a collar like this before. You had to leave the inside part of the collar unsewn along a certain bit here so that you could tuck in your facings after you'd sewn everything up. And I just couldn't get my head around it because the diagram was so small, and I wish I had it to show you because hopefully you'd see what I mean. But I just found that's got me stuck on that. But I found a gentleman on YouTube who did a sew along, and once I saw it visually it made much more sense. So I did get to finish this, and I actually took this with me on the little sewing retreat we had, myself and Laura, last weekend. So I was able to finish it. So it's this one, and I am going to show you a little clip in a minute of Mr. Make It Sew opening or being shown this shirt, because I didn't want him to know what I was making. And a couple of times, bless his heart, I did have to try it on him just to check it was okay, and he shut his eyes and he didn't have a clue what I was making it with. He just knew I was making him a shirt. So the fabric, I will show it briefly here, is from McCalls, and I purchased this in 2024 when I went to Florida. I just absolutely love it, and he loves Star Wars anyway. It's got a little rosy cheeks label which says made by my wife, so I'm getting to use those labels now. I added an inch to the length because when I held the pattern pieces up to him he said he'd prefer it to be slightly longer, so I just added another inch. I only used some see-through buttons because I thought the fabric was lovely and busy and I didn't want to take the focus off of that. And I somehow managed very well to match the pocket to the pattern, so it's almost like an invisible pocket. And this is the one that I had to go to the sewing shop for on the Saturday morning to get some white thread, because I didn't think it would look very good if I had black thread like I'd been using on other projects at the time. So I'm just going to insert the little clip I did of Mr. Make It Sew seeing this shirt for the first time. So we're finally at the stage of the grand reveal. So I thought I'd do it like the sewing bee, and see how he reacts to my garment of the week. So I'm just going to try and make myself semi-presentable because I've been at my sewing machine all day, not for this one. So here I come. Hi. So you've been waiting for this one for quite a while, haven't you?
Yep.
and I finally got to make it for you last week, and I've been very excited to show you.
Okie dokie.
But obviously we haven't had a chance till today. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Garment of the week for Mr. Make It So is this one.
Oh, cool. Hot.
You like it?
Yeah.
Doris is obviously wearing it, so it's a bit of a different fit on her.
Yeah, I don't think my boobs are gonna be like that.
But I've done the pattern matching on the pocket as well.
Oh, that is awesome.
Which I'm really chuffed
Oh,
with.
I absolutely love that. I forgot you got that material.
Yeah, exactly. It's taken me so long.
Oh, that is
I
superb.
got this from McCalls in when was it? 24?
Yeah.
When we went?
McCalls or Joanne's?
No, it was McCalls, because if you remember lightly, they only had one real row of fabric, didn't they? And I got you to come in and have a look at it, and that's what we found.
Oh, I love that.
So this is your shirt. So I'm just going to turn the camera off, get him to try it on, and then you'll see how it fits.
Lovely.
See you in a bit. So here is Mr. Make It So wearing his shirt, and I think hopefully he's going to give us a twirl. We'll do some decent pictures actually in the garden, because wherever I'm filming today, the sun is casting a shadow.
Love it.
So you'll see he's got a t-shirt on underneath, by the way. But I think it fits you all right.
Yeah.
You might want to push your sleeve down because you don't wear it like that. But it might be a bit baggy on you, but
no, that's lovely.
I
I prefer these shirts baggy.
Shorter, yeah. And you did ask for it to be longer, and I think you could have got away with it being the length it came
No,
in.
I prefer it that
you
way.
Like it covers your butt.
Just covers my butt.
All right, fair enough. Don't embarrass anyone. So there you go. There's your shirt. I can't remember the pattern number, but obviously I'll talk about it separately. Bye for now. So as you can see, he really liked it, and it fitted really well. So for the fit side of it, I'm really happy with that pattern. I think now I've done it once, I could do it again a lot easier, but I just find that construction of the collar a bit strange compared to what I've done before. But I think once you know what you're doing, it's a lot easier. But what do I say? It's a beginner pattern. Maybe a confident beginner. I wouldn't say I'd throw myself into it when I'd only just started sewing, but I did love it. So that was my first make. The second make I actually did was some packing cubes, and the pattern I used was something I'd had when I was a member of the Beautiful Things Sewing Club. So I still had the pattern from there, but because I was away doing this sewing with Laura, I actually had to check with my daughter how it was constructed. So she, bless her, got my husband to get the packing cube I'd made for her down so that I could see how it went together. But I did a small size packing cube, and this is the mesh I purchased when I went to Florida from the sewing studio in Maitland. And this is a Rose and Hubble cotton I've used before on some things. It's Constellation and you can still get it. But I made him a boxy pouch from Studio 77, so I thought it'd be nice to have matching travel accessories. And you've got continuous zip, which I didn't get upset about when I was trying to put the zip pulls on, because you have to do it so it closes in the middle of the zip. Sometimes with these smaller zips it does get a bit hard to put them on, but I managed to get it on straight away, so a little celebration went along with that one. And then I also made a larger size one, so hopefully you'll be able to gauge how big that is from there. And I've put the handle on the top, which was the only thing I did wrong when I was getting confused about making it up, but I don't think it matters, because once it's packed you can't tell really, it still sits nicely. So I made him them, and unfortunately I can't put that in the description below for a link to the pattern, because like I say, it was part of a membership, but I'm sure there are plenty of packing cube patterns that you can get for free online. So he was very spoilt. And then I made him another shirt which I finished yesterday, and that was the Helen's Closet Tofino top. Now again, I'm going to show you a little clip in a minute of him trying it on, but I'll talk you through the pattern first. I absolutely love this pattern. I always love Helen's Closet patterns because they're so clear, they're so easy to follow, that I never feel out of my depth with them. I mean, I have been sewing for a couple of years frequently rather than dipping in and out like I have in the past. But sometimes I do get thrown by instructions, especially with the big four, and I am very much a visual learner. So this one I didn't need to worry about. I just followed it through, knew exactly what I was doing, and sewed it up. It just came together really nicely. I had a bit of an issue with the sizing, as you'll see when Mr. Make It So tries it on, because this one I didn't actually try it on him while I was going through the process. With the sizing chart, his chest came up in a size 16 because this is a gender neutral pattern. His waist come under a size 20 and his hips comes under, it was like between the 14 and 16. And I was going to make it to make sure it went over his hips. So I was going to do, or sorry, his waist, get it right. I was going to do a size 20. And then I thought, no, when I looked at the ease, I'll do a size 18. Now in hindsight, I should have gone down smaller because it's classed as a boxy fit. There's a lot of ease in this pattern. So although it looked really well fitting at the front, here on the shoulders it was slightly too long, and on the back it's very baggy. So I'm going to show you that and then tell you how I'm going to rectify it. So Mr. Make It So is very aware that I've actually made him another shirt this week, and I literally finished it today, which is Monday if I'm right.
Yeah.
Because I'll be doing this vlog for tomorrow, Tuesday. But he doesn't know what fabric I used again, so it's a bit of a surprise for him. And I have to say, this is the quickest turnaround I've ever done.
Ooh.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
I don't know how this is going to fit him because I haven't tried it on him at all.
Oh, right.
No,
And this isn't one of the ones that you measured with?
that was the same one.
Oh, right.
Every
okay.
time you had your eyes shut, I was doing the McCalls one.
Ah.
So I'm hoping this fits you. It's quite a baggy fit, this one.
Right.
And I'll tell people about it a bit more, but it's meant to be the same size as what I would make for myself, so I've been trying it on myself.
Okay, so it might just be for you then.
Well, you know, we'll see. Anyway, garment of the week number 2, because there's 2 winners this week, is this one.
Just me.
I couldn't pattern match it.
Oh, you did the dragon one.
I did.
Oh, cool.
So this is the Helen's closet pattern that I bought, which is the unisex, but I don't think that looks too bad.
No, it doesn't look bad at all.
Okay, so
Love that.
I'll get you to try that one.
My dragons.
I know. See, I only bought that, what, a week ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, a week and a half. So that's like, that it hasn't even gone on my stash.
Wow.
How bad it is. So again, I'm going to get him to try this on, and I'm crossing my fingers that it fits him because I measured the length and you said that you thought it was alright as it was.
Yeah.
And I had to use these little buttons.
Okay, lovely.
So there you go.
Try this one then.
See you in a bit. And here we have Mr. Make It So in the Helen's closet top. I'm not going to Tofino top. One thing I will point out, obviously I never tried this on him at all, but it looks lovely on the front. It's meant to be loose fitting, but when you turn round, I do think he's got quite a lot of excess here, so that's something I might have to revisit next time, because it's weird, isn't it? Turn around again.
Yeah.
Turn round. So it fits his chest lovely, but on the back we sort of have this excess sort of bit. The yoke's fine. I think the yoke fits you really nicely, but then we've got this baggy bit. Or am I just being picky? I don't know. I think you have got like an excess here.
Yeah, just there on the
on
arms.
the sleeves as well, yeah.
But that's alright.
So that
Still
would be,
like
I
it.
think the arm side maybe needs to be sort of brought in just slightly like that.
Yeah,
And
I
the
agree with
sleeves
that.
as well. But you know, for a first time
Yes.
making this pattern,
Fits beautifully on
I
the
didn't
shoulder.
want to do a
again.
12 because I don't have many fabrics that aren't what I want to use.
I
But
love that.
yeah, so that is that one. And I think he likes it, so I'll
Oh, I
take some
love
pictures of that one as well. Right?
Yep.
So here is the shirt, and you'll see that there's no label on the back this time. But what I did was I incorporated it, and this is while I was sewing on the virtual sewing room. Someone mentioned labels and I was like, oh, I forgot to put a label in. So on the actual facings I've put another made by my wife there instead. I used these lovely teal buttons. I had bought these to do something with my teal cord that I bought, but in the end I used different buttons for them. So I thought they brought out the nice greens and blues in this fabric. And this was the fabric I purchased from the Festival of Quilts at Rainbow Fabrics. So I've done this, or used this fabric so quickly, I haven't even put it on Stash Hub yet. So I've made it before I put it on there, and I think that's quite a good win for me, because normally things sit around for a while, but I really was excited about making this dragon fabric for him. So what I'm going to do, and I had a chat with a couple of sewing friends, is I'm going to unpick where the yoke is and put in a pleat, a box pleat, and then I'm going to try it on him again and possibly pin where the sleeve and the side seams are and bring it in a bit, because I still want it to be loose fitting like they intended, but I just think at the moment there's too much fabric in the back. So I was really disappointed, and I was a bit like, oh, I was so excited about giving that one to him as well, because I knew he'd love it, as well as the Star Wars one, as you could see from the little clips I showed you. But I was a bit disappointed, but I'm going to be positive and I'm going to get that fixed, and then I can show you next week what I did to rectify the situation. So the last thing I made is what I'm wearing, and like I said, it's still hot off the press because I literally finished it half an hour ago. But this is the Friday Pattern Company Donny shirt. I have made a couple of these before, but I've done them in viscose. So this is the first one that I've done in quilting cotton, so obviously it is a bit more structured. But I bought this fabric again while I was at the Festival of Quilts, but on the next day, on the Saturday, when I'd had to go and purchase the white thread when I went to Karen Delahunty's fabric shop in Kenilworth. And we thought that the 1.20 m that I purchased would be enough to make it, but unfortunately it wasn't, because I add 2 inches to the length. I obviously didn't have enough, and I thought I was being really clever with my pattern pieces. I even cut the sleeves on the fold and then adjusted them to make sure they were front and back on each piece, and then realised I hadn't cut the yoke pieces out, so I didn't have enough. So what I did was I looked online, because I know Karen didn't have any more when we asked her. That was it, that was the end of the bolt. So I looked online and I found some in Oh So Crafty, and I was very impressed with how quick the fabric came. I ordered it on the Friday and it was here by the Monday, so I started sewing it literally yesterday and then finished it today. So that is why I'm filming so late in the day. Plus I was hoping it would cool down a bit, and it hasn't. So I've had to shut all my blinds and try and keep the heat out if I can. But I really love how this has come together, and I will show you some pictures of me in it as well, because it's never easy to show you in front of this camera. I have a tiny little space to twirl around in, because if not, if I filmed you from across the room, I would appear very small, because it's a GoPro. For some reason, it's just how it is. So I will show you some pictures of me in them. But I absolutely love this. I always make it in a size XL. Like I say, it's a quilting cotton, and I have put a little label inside on the yoke, which is from the Specky seamstress, and I'll put a little picture of that on here. And I thought this would be great because I'm going to a few socials in the next couple of weeks. I thought it'd be nice to wear something sewing themed, so I'm really chuffed with this one. And I can't show you on here very well, but I posted on Instagram yesterday how I'd managed to get the pocket matching all the fabric around it. So it's another matching pocket, which I'm really happy about. For some reason with the dragon ones, I just couldn't get round my head how once it was folded it would match, and I'm sure I could have done it, but I just wanted to get that one made, and I thought there's flying dragons everywhere, so it doesn't have to be matching, and not everyone does matching pockets anyway, because that can be a feature as well, can't it? So that was my makes this week. So, or say this week. For the last 2 weeks, I apologise because I didn't do a makes plans last week. So that's what I've made in the last 2 weeks. I don't think I could cope with doing that in a week, that's way too much. So besides that, what has actually come into my sewing room? Well, after my last 2 major fabric purchases, you'll be pleased to know I haven't made any more of those, because I am now starting to get a little pile of homeless fabric because I've got nowhere I can store it, which is why I thought it was good that I could get this one and the dragon fabric done straight away, because then I don't even have to think about where they're going to go. So what came into my room was the Specky Seamstress subscription. I get the labels and the bias binding. So we got these lovely space themed labels. I really like the little rockets on there, they're great. And then we got this bias binding that says plan, make, love. So that's another good lot of binding, and I keep forgetting to use it on facings and things, so, or necklines and stuff instead of facings, so I really need to start using that one. And when I last spoke to you, I told you about my visit to Walpole Sewing Social, where I missed the unbirthday. So I got a gift and I forgot to tell you all about it. And I managed to get a £10 voucher from the Fent shop, which is in Kings Lynn in Norfolk. And as I was trying not to go there again because I really liked it when I went there with Claire, I think this gives me a good reason to go so I can find some fabric there. So we're hoping to do that when I next go to Walpole, and I did go to Walpole last Friday, so I really enjoyed that as well. So other than that, I got something else. It's not brand new, someone was selling this on Facebook Marketplace, but I finally managed to get myself a Benina, as I call it, Barbie wardrobe. And I am so chuffed because I've always wanted one of these. When I bought my Benina, this doesn't have one, but you get like a little storage case where you put your feet, but I was getting to the point where I had too many feet, and every time I was looking for one it took me forever. So now this is sitting right next to me when I'm sewing. I just open up the doors and pull out the one I need, and it goes back straight away, so I never lose them. I did actually buy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you very easily, I bought some bigger bobbin cases because I have the jumbo bobbins on my Benina. So I managed to get that plus 2 more little feet inserts from Quilt Direct, and I think they were only about £3.50 each, so that was really worth doing. And I found out that the money that I paid for the actual Barbie wardrobe was going to charity as well, so that was really nice to hear. But I love it and I've got no regrets buying that, and I was very excited to fill it up. So that's my grown-up Barbie wardrobe. So other than that, what am I going to be planning to do this week? Well, obviously I've just finished my Donny shirt, and I was finishing it because I'm going to the Southern Social on Saturday, which is run by Sequin Girly Create Sam, and I'm really looking forward to that. I know there's a few people there, including Laura, that are going to be there, and I can't wait to see everyone because I haven't been able to go for a very long time. It's obviously not local to me, so normally we might get a hotel room, but my husband's going to drive me down the morning of the social, and then we're going to drive back because it's on a Saturday, so we can rest on the Sunday. And then I will be going to this Southern Social next month as well, so I'm actually got a few weekends off. Unfortunately, I haven't got the Southern Social weekends off, so I can't get there now in Lincoln until at least November, which is sad. But talking about that, Emma, who runs the Southern Social, is now doing her own YouTube channel, and she's called Emma's Sewing Space. I'll put it on the screen. Go and check her out and give her some support, because I know she was quite nervous starting it, like we all are. So it'd be nice for her to have some views and hopefully some subscribers, because she has some lovely makes that she does. She's also on Instagram. So good luck, Emma. Hope you get on all right. So other than that, I'll be going to my charity sewing group on Thursday this week because I'm working all day tomorrow, and then myself and Lucy, the sewing gardener, on YouTube and Instagram, we are going to be doing a collaboration, and I'm finally going to be doing the Rita shirt dress by Named Clothing. I've been talking about this forever. I even showed a magic mock-up of the fabric I was going to use to do it, and I still haven't got round to it. So finally I'm going to do it with Lucy's support, and we're going to sew some of it together on Friday, and then hopefully in a couple of weeks you will see our collaboration videos. So really looking forward to that one as well, and I'll talk you through if I had to lengthen it or shorten it or whatever I need to do to actually get the pattern to fit me. So watch this space. My camera got too hot, so I hope that wasn't a jumpy edit there, because as it's warm outside, of course my camera decides to overheat too. Anyway, that's all I've got to tell you today, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and I'd love to have you comment on the video and tell me what you've all been up to, whether you're surviving the heat and managing to sew. So take care, and if you can find some time to sew this week, make it so. Bye.